Pray for one another. There's something that happens. I'm telling you, it's something that happens. It's something that happens when we pray for one another. It's something that happens when you truly say, God, help me forgive her. Help me forgive him. When you truly go to God for somebody else's behalf, something happens in the atmosphere, in the spirit realm, in the heavens. Something happens. Come on. Let me give you, I gotta give you this. I gotta give you this. Thank you, man. I gotta give you this in 10 minutes so we can go listen. Let me give you this. 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 This is gonna be quick. I'm gonna give you this. This is quick. I gotta give you this because we all in our wilderness now. We are in this season of Lent. And we all are dealing with our wilderness. We all are. Whether you see it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you know it or not, you're in a battle. And whether you know it, see it, or understand it or not, you're in the wilderness. Watch this. That means you're in a naked place. The wilderness is where I get stripped of me. This is where I myself get placed in front of the mirror. The wilderness experience is where I have to hear my own thoughts. The wilderness experience is where I have to feel what's in my own heart. See, there was no one in the wilderness with Jesus but Jesus. So Jesus had to deal with Jesus. That means Jesus had to be put through the test that you and I would have to go through. So Jesus had to deal with Jesus. Jesus had to deal with every insecurity Jesus had. Jesus had to deal with everything that Jesus didn't believe and didn't faith. Jesus had to deal with it in that wilderness. Just like you and I, my God, in 2 Corinthians. Second Corinthians, the 12th chapter. 2 Corinthians. Yeah, I'm coming from the King James Version. From the King James Version of 2 Corinthians, I'll begin reading here at this first verse, the 12th chapter, and the first verse. And I want you to just hear me as I go from the first verse to the 10th verse. I want you to hear me well, and I'm going to give you these good 9 minutes. And we're going to have our communion, because there's nothing like communion of freedom. Amen. 12th chapter, commence reading at the first verse. You'll find these words. It is not expedient for me, excuse me, it is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. Our visions and revelations of the Lord. I knew a man in Christ above 14 years ago, whether in the body, I cannot tell, or whether out of the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth, such as one caught up to the third heaven. And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell, but God knoweth. How that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words, which is not lawful for a man to utter. Of such an one will I glory. Self I will not glory, infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool. For I will say to the truth, But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seen me to be, or that he heareth of me. Unless I should be called above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing I besought the Lord, that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, am I strong. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading, the keeping, and doing and living out of this holy word. Brother Paul, Brother Paul, a man of God. Brother Paul, an instrument of God. Brother Paul, a follower of Christ. Brother Paul, a disciple of Christ. Brother Paul finds himself in the situation where he's writing this letter. Brother Paul, you know, let's excerpt Paul's name and put your name. Brother Julius, the deacon, the sisters, the first lady, the apostle, and all you name there. Followers of Christ, disciples of God. And what ends up happening is, just like you and I, Paul finds himself in a circumstance and a situation where God's revelation is all in his life. He sees God's blessings. He gave and saw people give back to him. He sees the principles of God working in his life. Brother Paul is at a point in his life where God is visiting him. Okay, then come in. Paul is at a position. Paul is at a, watch this. Paul is at a position in his life where Paul knows how to follow instructions. And because of those instructions, Paul gets results. Because Paul knows how to follow the instructions that were given him, Paul is at the point where he sees results. He puts it this way as revelations. Paul is seeing things in the heavens. God is showing Paul things. God is taking Paul's life. Let me come down your street. God is coming into your life, and God is showing you how God can be with you, and things that seem like they won't be, shall be, or shall be, because he's with you. And God is showing you all the goodness of himself. I know what they said, but God show up and he show you I can do it without what they said. I know credit union said, but God show up and somebody from the credit union just say, you know what, we have a program that we think you might benefit from. And God just show up in your life. I know what they said about the car note, but God just come and say, you know what? They say, you know what? There's a recall on your car. And what ends up happening is you can bring that car back and we can do what we need to do, or we can take about 6 months of your payments off. And you can bring, and God just happens up and pieces of him where Paul is in his life. Have you ever been to a point, are you at the point where God is showing you pieces of himself? Where God is saying, if you just say, I know who I am, and the heavens are open to me, I'll come visit you. Are you like Paul? Paul was so so involved and engulfed with God. He said, I don't know if I was in the body. Let me come down your street. I don't know if it was a dream or if I was woke. Was I dreaming that? Was I thinking that? Did I hear that? Was it, let me come down your street so you can understand and get out of Paul's life. Did I really hear that from somebody? Or did I just come up with that in my mind? The Bible said, Paul said, whether in the body or out, I know. Have you ever been there with God where when he started talking, you don't know if you woke or you're sleeping? You in the dream trying to wake yourself out. Am I in a dream? Is this a dream, God? Am I woke? Am I asleep? I don't know what's going on, but I feel his presence when I can hear him talking, and I'm waking up. Paul said, whether in the body or not, he said, I don't know, but God knows. Yeah, hold on to that for me. I want you to hold on to that whether in the body, out, no, God knows. Hold on to that tidbit, but God knows. Whether it's real or whether it's false, I don't know, but God knows. Whether I'm woke or whether I'm asleep, I don't know, but God knows. Am I getting this advice from somebody else or is it coming from God? I don't know, but, and Brother Paul said he didn't know. He didn't know if it was coming, if he was in there, but he saw things that was unlawful for men to utter. The Bible said right here, it said right there, it said he got caught up into the third heaven, and I knew such a man, whether in the body or out the body, I don't know, but God knows, how he was caught up into paradise, watch this, and he heard unspeakable words, which is not lawful for man to utter. Have you got close enough to God? Watch this. Have you got close enough to God? Watch this. Have you got close enough to God to where by you saying, I'm established, I know who I am, and the heavens are open to me, that you don't even have to pray for what you want, God just drop it down? He said that words were unlawful for a man to say. Have you gotten that close in your wilderness experience that you should be right now? Come on, we on what, week 2? We on week 2 right now, right? You should be at least close enough to where the words coming out your mouth you shouldn't have to think about them by now. By now, you should just wake up, I know who I am, I'm established, and the heavens are open to me. By now, it should be just second nature if you've been doing it. And Paul said, I heard words uttered that was unlawful for man. And he said, and he didn't know whether he was in the body or not, but this man uttered these words. And he said, and watch Paul, he said, of such that one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but in my infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, though I want to say I did it, though I want to say it was because of me, though I want to be and allow people to see that it was my thought process that helped me do this. It was my ideas that brought this to be. He said, yet not, but though I would not desire to glory, I should not be a fool. See, because only a fool, even if you thought, only a fool don't know God gave you the thought. Even if you spoke it into being, only a fool know God gave you the words to speak. Only a fool don't know that. He said, not be a fool, for I would say to the truth. But now I forbid, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or he that heareth of me. And we see Paul coming to a position where Paul has gotten so close with the revelation of God and the revelation of God in his life and who he is in God and who God is in him, that Paul had came to this point, and the Bible said, and Paul said he didn't want to glory about it because, you know, if you glory about it, it'll make it seem like you just arrogant. It'll make it seem like you know everything. Make it seem like you can fix every problem. And Paul said, I don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like that. I don't want to hear all that about and I get in front of you and I'm not what you think I am. Or I'm not what you heard about me. And the Bible said that, and he said, lest I be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh. The messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. Above measure. What do you do? Watch this. What do you do when God's revelation, when God's love comes with a thorn? What do I do? Revelation stick me. What do you do when God's love stick you? And it keeps sticking you. And it keeps sticking you. And God say he's not going to stop it. What do you do when God's peace of mind come with a thorn? God, why must you stick me? And the Bible said that, and he was given a messenger of Satan. Now, scholars, theologians have been dealing with this over the millennial. His thorn was. Everybody has their own opinion of what they think his thorn is. So let me give you mine so I can sit down. Now, the difference is, with mine, I'm going to give you textbook proof of why I think what his thorn was. And then we'll see if the love God given you acceptable of your thorn. Because Paul said, I went to God 3 times about this. And God didn't change. Now, listen, y'all, 3 minutes. Listen. I want you to see this. I need you to see this about Paul. I need you to see this. Now, a lot of people say, my love, I'm going to show you. I guarantee you, Paul not the only one with this thorn. I guarantee you that with God's love, you all got this thorn. I'm going to prove it. He said he went 3 times to ask about it. But before that, I need you to see this. He said that it came unless he be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, with how close he's been getting with God, so that he won't get too high. Watch this. Then was given to him. This is Paul. He said, was given to me a thorn. Watch this. In the flesh. Let me break that down for you. You see, because when the Bible speaks of flesh, you know how the Bible talk about flesh, don't you? When a man find a woman, the 2 of them shall become one flesh. You know he's talking. You know when the Bible talks about the flesh, it always talks about how the flesh. This is the thing about flesh, dear. This is the thing about flesh. The flesh, when it talks about you need to be in the spirit, walk in the spirit and not in the flesh. Walk in the spirit and not in the flesh. When it talks about flesh, watch this. Flesh is always contingent on, watch this, of the flesh. Let me move my point. I found out what his thorn was. God, watch this. God made sure that this thorn stayed in Paul. And watch this. And God made sure it stayed with him so he wouldn't get too high for himself. Watch this. This thorn, watch this. All got this thorn. Others' opinion.
Bring the basket.
I'ma prove it to you. I'ma make my point and sit down, as the apostle would say. I'ma make my point and I'ma sit down. Paul used to be a persecutor of the Christians. Paul used to hold the coat so the Christians can get stoned. Paul used to be named Saul, and Saul had a different perspective on the Christian life other than Paul did. But when Saul got turned into Paul, watch this. Them same people that used to come to the house, them same people that used to walk with Saul, them same people that had the meetings with Saul, when they saw the change in Paul, they had different opinions about Brother Paul. They loved Saul because Saul had a hatred for people. Come on, stop playing with me. Don't act like you don't got that thorn. We all had the same thorn of other people's opinion. Let me prove it. Watch. He said it's a messenger of Satan, which means he's bringing a message. It's the messenger of Satan, which means he's bringing. Watch this. Let me show you how I know what it was. Look, if you go down right here, God pointed this out to me. I didn't know this. I was like everybody else. Watch this. Look. Let me show you. I know what it was. It's right here in this 10th verse. He said, therefore, watch this. Therefore, I take pleasure, watch this, in infirmities. You do understand that infirmities are stuff you bring on you. Huh? And the reason you bring them on you is because other people bring them to you. Infirmity. Remember the lady, infirmity? You know, the issue of blood, that was an infirmity. And after Jesus healed, he told, now you go on and don't you sin no more. See, infirmity is something you bring on yourself. What? Let me show you how I know what I'm talking about, Derek. And after infirmities, he said, I'll take the pleasure in infirmities and reproaches. Watch how everything he mentioned got something to do with people. Reproaches in necessities, watch this, and persecution, watch this, in distress, watch this, for Christ's sake. Who you think he's getting all that from for Christ's sake? People. And I got news for you if you don't think you got this. Watch this. Everything in your life is revolved around something, a person. Everything in your life is revolved around something some person done. Watch this, even if it's you. Even if it's you. You deal with something a person has done. And God told Paul, I'm done. Y'all don't need, I can't give you the rest of it. It's too powerful. He told Paul, I'm a make, no. My grace is, in other words, watch this, Joy. Watch this. That means, watch this. My grace is sufficient. That means, because grace ain't nothing but unmerited favor. You do understand that, right? Grace is favor. And God was telling me, listen. This is what I want you to know. My grace is sufficient. In other words, deal with what you're going through. Deal with what you're dealing with. Guess what? I still see you as who I said you were. I still see you as who I say you are. I know what they saying about you two-faced. I know what they saying, how you was on this side, now you on that side. I know how they talking about you, saying that you ain't nothing but a backstabber. You was with us, now you with them. You was with this clique, now you with that. I know, but my grace is sufficient. Because when you come to the point and the understanding of knowing that what other people think don't matter, it's all what I say that should matter to your mind. And when you understand that principle, then what people say won't matter to you. It'll say they're just talking, you okay, I know. Then you'll start praying for them instead of talking back to them. You'll start praying for them instead of talking back at them. You'll start praying for them instead of being engaged with the conflict. You will start praying for them. So you telling me, God, you're not going to take this out my mind, that I keep caring about what people think? So you tell me you're not going to let me get over this hurdle? That I mind how much people see my efforts? God said, no. My grace is sufficient. Because when you deal with that and realize and understand that you're weak in that you are weak in that moment, then when you see my strength, because I'll show you how not to care what they think. I'll show you how to hear what they say and still pray to. I'll show you how to hear what they say and still pray. And still pray genuinely. And not because you think you have to, because you a Christian. Because you Paul. Yeah, they what do you mean, God? These people, can you see Paul? These people done stripped me. They done beat me. They done whipped me. Oh, because I'm trying to do what you said do. These are the same people that used to be with me. God told him, no, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that stigma right in your mind. So you'll understand when you weak, I'm strong. So you'll understand that when you let go, I step in. So you'll understand that when you get to the point and realize that I can handle it, that you can't, you will open the door and let me in the way I want to come in. And not try to open a window and tell me to sneak through that. He told Brother Paul, my grace is sufficient. My grace is sufficient. In other words, what I say about you is more than enough. When you care more about what I say, I'm established. I know who I am. And the heavens are open.